Okay. Hello, friends. I'm so happy that you're here. And if you don't know me, I'm Jessica, and I'm one of the Diamond Coaches in Team Inspiration. And I'm so happy that you guys are all here tonight. I have a couple of newer coaches, so I'm hoping that even if you are a veteran coach, we're going to go back to the really basics tonight, and hopefully that will help you just refresh what the basics are all about, because that's the most important thing, is to build a solid foundations with the basics, and then you can kind of build on top of that. So I've invited several other people here, several other rock star diamond coaches. Like, I am just so glad they're all here, because I'm excited to learn from them and what they have to say. And they're each going to take a little topic and just share their thoughts with about it with you. And yeah, so hopefully we won't make it take very long, so you don't have to watch it for like 2 hours later or something. So hang on, I'm gonna look at my notes, because I'm a notes kind of person. Who's starting? Stacey, you're starting, right?
Yeah,
okay,
I think
so we're gonna talk about the 3 vital behaviors, and the first one is Stacey's.
Hi, everybody. This is really strange. There's so many faces. This is awesome. I'm Stacey Dennis. I am a diamond coach. I've been doing the business since December of last year, so I'm almost a year in. I am talking to you guys today about being a product of the product. Now, I'm sure many of you have joined, either you came in as a challenger or you came in wanting to do the business. Jessica kind of gave some of us the option of which topic to choose, and I was drawn to one specifically because I don't know how many of you have listened to the National Wake Up Call this Monday, yesterday, but it was by Danielle Natoni, and she spoke to my heart. When I joined the business, I was not a challenger. I thought, oh, I'm already fit, I can just join in. I wanted to go into this with a business mindset. And what I realized was, okay, good, well, thanks. What I realized, I had already been doing some Beachbody products and whatnot, and when I signed on doing Infinity Max 30. At home, I was already doing P90X2, P90X3, but I never knew that you were actually supposed to stick to a program and finish it to completion. I didn't know what challenge groups were. I had no clue that you could be in an online group and you were supposed to finish an actual calendar and actually do it. And when I heard Danielle speak on Monday, I was like, this is exactly what I need. And when we talk about being a product of the product, this is exactly what draws people in. It's usually not Shakeology, even though that is the best. But what people seem to be drawn into the most are the programs that we have to offer. And the way Beachbody sets it up is they design them for you to finish them. Even if it's 21-day fix, that's a shorter program. I have challengers that message me sometimes, and they're like, oh, can I just skip this day or swap it with this day? It's like, no, you have to do it the way it's meant for you to do it. And then what happens is when you're done, you get to share your results. I know it sounds so simple, but that is what you're supposed to do. And so what Danielle said on the National Wake Up Call, so she called herself a dabbler. And I learned in the beginning, and I guess this is kind of how I always end up teaching my coaches, is that I always say learn from my mistakes, because I kind of did it maybe not the right way in the beginning. But I was probably 3 months into the business, and I came to the notion that I was a dabbler too. And so when Danielle was speaking about this, I was like, that is so me. But I had one of my coaches join, and she was my first real business builder under me. Her name's Natalie Springer. And we were having a discussion about the programs that I've been doing. And I did Insanity Max 30, but I didn't finish it. I did it it's 2-month program, and I did it up to 6 weeks. I'm like, why didn't I finish the last 2 weeks? And then she came in, and she was like, okay, she came in doing P90, and then PIO was coming out. And I'm like, I'm going to do PIO. And I told her, I go, I never actually finished the program. And she's like, you have to finish a program. And it was the first time that I finished it. So now this is something that I've made a priority to do. You know, we have to show that these things are doable, and they really, truly are. And when you start sharing about that, people are going to be watching, even if you think they're not watching, they're watching. And you don't have to be perfect. If you miss a day or you're sick or you're not feeling it, that's fine. You can still share about that. Share, the next day that you doubled up, or say, but my nutrition was on point. There are other ways to go about it. You don't have to just be, this perfect cookie cutter. I'm going to be like this rock star ultimate body. I mean, we're not like that. We're human. We all, struggle. We're all struggling. I think everybody's on the same kind of journey. And, but the key is to be sharing your journey and picking a program and sticking with it. And then I know I'm kind of rambling. The other point I was going to make was, when you join as a new coach, you're usually picking a program and that's the one you're like gung-ho about. Beachbody is always coming out with new stuff, and you're going to want to try new things. Don't be afraid to, try another program. Some people have their favorites and stuff, but like the 3-day refresh, don't be afraid to try it. Or like a boost, you can try those things. They're not that expensive. And I always look at it as like sometimes, because, programs can be kind of pricey. I have a family of 5 here. So, budget's always a thing, but I always look at it as this is an investment in myself and in my business. And so when I have another thing to share, it's like a whole nother platform. It opens up a whole nother group of people that are watching. So like, I know the big buzz right now is trying to push, Body Beast and 21 Day Fix Extreme, because Hammer and Chisel is coming out in December. Now you better believe I'll be doing 21 Day Fix Extreme coming next Monday. And I was talking to my husband to see if he would want to do Body Beast, because I think that would help. And I'd have him to use as, a platform to show that this is doable and you can do it. And the programs are legit and they work. If you follow them, you can talk to any single person on this panel of this bunch of people right here on our team page, and somebody will have results to share because people have finished the programs. So you have to be able to, so you can talk the talk, you have to walk the walk. You just have to. And like I said, you don't have to be perfect. There are gonna be days that you might fall off or whatever, but that's okay to share. And that's just going to be showing you being you. And that's what people are drawn to. They don't want to see this picture perfect everything, because people don't relate to that. That's not real people. Real people are just like us. And then I was going to say also, use your on-demand. Use your on-demand as a way to test other stuff out that you just don't know about, or you can't purchase a program right out the gate, like a bunch of them right out the gate. Use it, and there's a ton of stuff you can just try out. Like if you get bored one day, 30 minutes, you can do 30 minutes while you're, I don't know, giving the kids a bath and they're like winding down for the night. You can just turn it on and see what's out there. There's a lot you can speak to, because people are going to be looking to ask questions and find out what's out there. So that's I don't know if I talked a lot, but does anybody have any questions? Jessica, I think you're still muted.
Okay, I unmuted myself. Thank you. I was just going to say, let's do a Q&A at the end. So if you have questions as we're going along, just write them down, and then we'll just open it up to everybody for questions at the end. But next, Miss Patty is going to talk to you about personal development. And I'm going to try and unmute her too, unless she beats me to it. See, why am I the one managing all this?
I got it. Good. Woo. Awesome. Okay. So personal development, you guys know the importance of it. We're drilled. It's drilled into us. It's one of the 3 vital behaviors. For those that have gone through some struggles and hard times, you know the importance of it hardcore, because that's something that when you're really struggling and when you're really discouraged, knowing that you have that personal development, that it's part of your business, it's something that pulls you through. And I think a lot of people can agree with that have kind of been there. So anyways, I'm going to share a little bit about personal development, but I also want to kind of go into other areas that I use it. So yes, I use personal development for like leadership books. I use it for devotions, listening to podcasts like Chalene Johnson. Those are all things that you can do, listening to like National Wake Up Call, you know, like going through the podcasts of all those. But you can also find ways to grow yourself in other areas. So something I like to do is nutrition books for personal development. So I'll use those, and then I take that and I'll use that like on my like page or on my personal page, and taking information from that and just sharing it, just helping people more. So you're getting more value besides, you know, stuff from like John Maxwell or wherever, which is great, or Darren Hardy, but you're also getting practical stuff with nutrition and health and fitness that you can give to people. So a lot of times I like to use like a nutrition book or something with workouts. You can also do, I do a lot of social media training. It's what I've really been digging into lately. And so I'm use that as my personal development time as well, because I'm growing myself, but also growing my business. So with that note, I'm just going to go into a couple of things that some of you might not be using with social media that you can use. So it'll be your little PD time too. So I've done Chalene Johnson's Marketing Impact Academy and Amy Porterfield's Facebook training. So learning from that too, and there's so much information, but basically what you want to think about when you're putting your stuff out there on your personal page and on your like page is engagement. And you want to think about your likes, your clicks, comments, and shares. Likes, clicks, comments, and shares. Those 4 things, and that's what you're going for. And the reason that you want that engagement is because you're trying to teach Facebook that people like you, that people want to see your stuff in the newsfeed, right? It's like you're trying to get that second date. You're trying to get that engagement because Facebook wants people to like being on Facebook. So if your stuff isn't getting engagement and you're not getting those likes, comments, clicks, and shares, then Facebook's not going to be putting you in the newsfeed, because why would they do that? You're considered like, and I'm not saying, but you know, like boring, right? No one's engaging with your posts. So you want to focus on that stuff to get it out in the newsfeed. So that means on your like page, it doesn't mean always posting workout stuff, fitness stuff, whatever. Put some funny stuff out there. Think about why people are on Facebook in the first place, right? It's not to go on there and be like, I'm going to go look at this business page and see what I can buy today. That's not why they're on Facebook. They're on there for entertainment and for that interaction and to see their friends. And, you know, it's something that is, they want to give that engagement. That's why they're there. But you have to give them value and a reason, right? So things that you could do, it could be something entertaining. It could be something valuable as far as like, you know, when we do workout posts or something like that to give them something. It could be something funny, heartwarming, anything that you think is going to get somebody's attention on it. And you're really thinking on your like page and on your personal page, 70% of the time, it's not going to be a challenge group invite. It's going to be 70% of the time, it's going to be likes, comments, clicks, and shares. How can you get likes, comments, clicks, and shares? You're offering value, right? But that's the focus, those 4 things. So, and another thing too, when we say to interact with other people and send them messages and invite and connect, as you're connecting with people through Facebook Messenger, you're going to be showing up in their newsfeed more because of that interaction that Facebook sees. So you want to be connecting and engaging that way too, and going back and forth with each other on people. And that's why it's so important to just reach out there to people that you don't even know and just get in there, because you're going to start that relationship. You don't have to invite them. Just find out who they are and find out more about them, because you're going to show up in their newsfeed more. Then they see your stuff and they're like, who is this girl? She's kind of funny, or whatever it is. She has some is my internet okay? I don't know if my connection's going. You guys, did I freeze? Can you?
We can hear you, Patty.
Oh, okay. Did it freeze? My screen froze. I didn't know.
Just a little bit, but you're okay.
Okay. So 70% of the time, that's what you're focusing on, is those likes, comments, clicks, and shares on your like page. Just to give you a little, and we'll keep it simple. But you want to think native and non-native. Has anyone read Jab, 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 Right Hook? So that's a PD. Yeah, that's a PD to do. So great book. Jab, 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 Right Hook. But it talks about native content and non-native. So your native content is blending in with people, right? You're blending in the newsfeed. You don't want to be a commercial, right? So you don't want to be, people don't like commercials. We DVR commercials. So why are we going to be in someone's Facebook, newsfeed and just like, here's my Shakeology bag, join my group, right? It's not what they're on there for. So blend it in. Give them something funny. Give them something 70% of the time or 80% of the time that's going to get them engaging and interacting. And then when you post on your challenge group, you're going to be, Facebook says, well, they've been interacting with all her other posts. You're going to show up to more people. Because right now it's like 16% of your friends are actually seeing your posts. 16%, you guys. So if you're not getting that engagement, it's going to be even less than that. And then a quick thing I'll share on your like pages. If you don't have a like page, highly recommend getting it. On your like page, something to help with that engagement that I found to do is figure out who your fans are. I don't know what you call them. The people who like your page. It used to be called fans, but I think Facebook changed it. But figure out who your fans are and what they like. Okay, so what I do, I'm a little stalker, like we all are. I go on there and you can type in the search bar, the graph bar on Facebook, and put fans of, I'll say my page, Patty Brush Fit, and it'll show a couple of things, and then it'll show some bars, and it'll say people, pages, right? So we click on pages, and it's going to show me other pages that they like. And you're going to find out what are your majority of your fans, what do they like? So if you want to target a certain group too, like we have a local running store here, I'll go people who like, and I'll put the running store name and Whole Foods, right? It's going to show me all the people that I'm not even friends with yet who are like that running store and like Whole Foods. And I know, okay, I'm going to add them as a friend and I'm going to connect with them. That's how I'm growing my network, because I know that there's that common interest. And as you're doing that with your fans and you're finding out more about them, what they like, then you can start posting stuff that you know they're going to engage with because you know what they like. Like I did it on my page and I found out a lot of my fans like Jeff Foxworthy. I was like, really? So that's something I can use, right? So it's just something that will help you as you're building. But really the overall thing is don't give up on PD. Like take care of yourself, you guys. Take care of yourself. It's so, so important. This has been the hardest year of my life due to some things. And if I didn't have my PD, then I don't know what I would have done. Like seriously, it's gotten me through. It's got me out of bed. So stay with your PD no matter what. And then use it in other areas to grow your business. Like I shared on social media or nutrition or whatever it is, dig into some stuff and use that to share. Find out what your fans, your friends, and those that like you, your followers like. Get into that PD. Get into that and use that value and build them. That's all I have.
Awesome. Okay, so next, I think Melissa, yeah? Melissa's going to talk to you about inviting. That's the scary one, right?
It is for me. No, I'm just kidding. All right. So, hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Brewer, and I have been a coach since December of, what is the year? 2013. That's scary. So it's been almost 2 years. And I feel like I still learn so much from these calls and, every day with new coaches and with new ideas and with all the different professional development books like Patty was mentioning. And so it's just so good to keep learning and to keep growing yourself as a coach. And that just adds so much value to who you are and to the people that you're helping. So thanks, to Stacy and Patty for what you've provided tonight. I've been taking notes myself. So a couple of things that I wanted to talk about with inviting and sharing your story and sharing the business opportunity and sharing not only that, but just becoming a challenger. I wrote down a couple of things that I'm probably going to steer away from my notes and talk with you guys a little bit about kind of some of the things that have worked for me and that I've learned from some of the other diamond coaches on our team and even just coaches that I follow. I think it's really important. There are lots of different ways to share your journey. And one thing that I have been really drawn to and that really brought me into Beachbody was just the real and raw person, the person who shares who they are and doesn't try to act perfect or doesn't try to pretend like they eat perfect all the time. Because that's one of my biggest struggles. I think that is how it is for a lot of moms, just grabbing something really quick and on the go and knowing that, we're not alone and that it's a struggle to get a workout in. And sometimes, we're getting it at 10 o'clock at night, but we're doing our very best and sharing those struggles and sharing, also your successes. It's so awesome. I actually had a friend at work who I think she was skeptical at first. She didn't, I've been a coach for a long time and she'd never bought a challenge pack from me, but I just, I've made a point to really be consistent and I don't ever push it on anyone, but I consistently share my journey. I consistently share who I am and what I do every day. And she finally jumped on board about a month ago. And she sent me her before and after picture today. And she was so excited because there was a huge difference. And she told me, she's like, the only thing I really want, she's like, I don't want a six pack. I just don't want to feel squishy anymore. I was like, yeah, I hear you. I'm like, this is going to work. I promise. You just got to stick to the program. So she stuck to it and she sent me her picture. She's like, I can't even believe that's me. She's like, it feels so good. I don't feel squishy. That's exactly what I wanted. And now my sister-in-law wants to get it, And I think the more that you share and the more that you consistently be an example to others, that is really the key to inviting. So once you're sharing your journey, every single day, share what you're eating, share how, the workouts that you're doing, share how easy it is to get a 30-minute workout in. Share all these different things that you do day in and day out and show people, show these moms, show these dads, show these people who struggle to get their workouts in, to eat healthy, that it is possible. Then they're going to reach out to you. They're going to be coming to you because that's something that they want. So that's kind of one way that I invite on social media, is just sharing my journey. The other is I actually do invite people. I try at least once a week to do it, and it kind of goes along with Patty's jab, 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 right hook. I can't remember how many jabs there are now, but you're constantly, the jabs are sharing, right? Your jabs are sharing and providing value for your challengers, for the people who are following you. And then that hook is your invite. So I always like to do at least one invite on social media, maybe 2 a week. It kind of depends on what's going on that week and if I'm pushing for a goal or wanting to help a certain amount of people. And so I'll do an invite on social media, and It's either like a transformation picture or it's a really personal story about how Beachbody has helped me and my family or provided some kind of value to me. The other kind of invite that I like to use is just a personal invitation. This is one that I really struggle with because I do not like to push this on anyone. So most of my personal invites are people who have liked my posts, who have commented, who have said something about, possibly being interested in a program. And so I'll personally invite them in, just something really simple like, hey, I've got an awesome challenge group coming up. We're focusing on our nutrition. There's a really specific nutrition guide with some portion control containers, whatever the focus that I am doing that month. And there's a 30-minute workout, and we're all going to be in this together. And, you're going to have all the support and motivation that you need. I know you were interested in this last January, now's the time. It's on sale. This would be awesome if you wanted to join in. And I leave it pretty vague. I leave it pretty open-ended, but I want them to know. I'll also often say, I don't want to leave you out. I know you were really interested in this, so I don't want to leave you out if you really wanted to get in. So those are kind of the personal invites that I do. And I know there's lots of different ways to do personal invitations, but that's just something that works for me. But I know, and when other coaches share some things, if you have other ideas, I'd love to hear your input too. And then the third thing, and this is, I don't know why I left this for last, but I feel like this is really important. Whenever you're inviting and sharing, when people respond to you, I think it is so important that you just listen. And that was one thing that I struggled with at first, is I often wanted to be like, yeah, we have that. Yeah, we can help you with that. Yeah. But sometimes it's nice to just let them talk to you and share what they're struggling with and let them know that you're there for them. And that's something you can do through your personal invitations or through whenever they comment on your social media invitations. I think that alone makes me or anyone a much better coach when you take time to actually listen to people and hear their struggles and let them know that you're going to be there for them. So okay, I think that's the gist.
Yay. Okay. You guys are so awesome. Like, I can't even thank you guys enough for being here because, like, look at my page of notes already. I already have to go to page 2. Okay. So I think, Jared, you're up to talk to us about power of threes. Do I need to unmute you?
I got it.
Okay.
Okay, so power threes, I use the basic activity tracker. And the one I use is, I have to give Stacy and Natalie credit because it's like the super amped up one. But basically it starts from the top, and it's going to cover some topics the other coaches have already gone over. So they already went in depth in it, but I'll just take the surface of what the power threes are. But basically the power threes are your 3 vital behaviors: invite or share. And I kind of do a season of inviting. I kind of follow what Micah does. So I kind of do like liking and commenting and building relationships. And I'll write those names down as, inviting or making new conversations. I'll fill in those spaces. And these are people that eventually I'll, send an invitation later in the month. But every day I hit that and I make sure every little space is filled in no matter what. And then I add 3 people to my network every day. I've been really good with Facebook with that. I started off about, I think, August last year with maybe 600 friends and just consistently adding 3 a day. Not every single one of them but I'm up to maybe 1,600-ish friends now. And at first I was adding like warm market, like everybody I knew, but after a while that ran out. And so now I'll look for people with, lots of mutual friends. And I'm looking for my ideal coach. So someone that I think would be my coach, like the one coach. And I'll add them. And the other thing I do is there's the 3 posts a day, which has already gone over, but I post basically the same criteria was already spoken about, like once at least, maybe motivational, one fitness post, one personal post. I'm not exactly like those 3 every day, but the gist of it. And, make sure you get the workout in it every day within, if I have a rest day, I'll write rest day on it, but at least fill it in. And I drink Shakeology daily. I think that's really a huge one, and I think it's a one that some people don't really think it's as big, but it is. The reason why is because I believe if you're sharing and you're honestly sharing about, a product like Shakeology or your workout program, like see right now I'm doing Les Mills Combat, if you're not actively drinking it, it comes off more like you're selling it, like you're trying to sell a product. But if you're drinking it, you're talking about how it makes you feel, everything, it's more sharing and it's more real. And a lot of it will just come out naturally. And I also have I have the business invites. And for me, I have the one where it says like invite. It's like 5. It says 5 a day, but I try to usually hit like say 5 a week. So a lot of those I'll hit rockstar coaches that I think are doing really good, and I'll do like a business invite, or if there's a webinar or a sneak peek, I invite someone to, the coaching opportunity. And by doing that, I try to, for me, at first I was really, really bad. I was hitting like one coach here and there, like every couple months. Sorry, there's like a helicopter above. But now I'm trying to average maybe 2 to 3 new coaches a month, which for me is a big deal because I came from like one every 3 or 4 months. So, I mean, the consistency is huge on everything on there. And then the other one I have is follow-up. So what I've been doing is, say like I sent an invitation yesterday and I've been talking to the person and they said, talk to me today at noon. And if I talk to them today at noon, I'll put them in the follow-up section. And I keep all my Power of 3s, a basic activity tracker. I keep them in a 3-ring binder. And I'm a pen and paper person. You can put them on paper. Some people put them on spreadsheets. Like Melanie Metro, she does like I can't think of what it's called, but it's online. It's a point. Some people are handwritten. That's how I am. And I keep track of them over a year. And I'll go through my notes. And the other, basically, when it comes time, I keep track of different programs and different challengers. And when it comes time for another invite, I'll reference it like, oh, this person said this about the 21-day fix. So it's on sale this month, and then I'll go back to those people. I think it's really important to have a power hour. They say you can work this business as little an hour, a day. And I would say at a minimum, you should at least do a power hour at least once a day. For me, I do 6 days a week. So I do Monday through Saturday, and I take Sunday off. It's kind of like my rest day. But I'm not falling off the face of the earth either. I still do Facebook. I still do I check in with my challengers, and I'll still do my workout or rest day. Still drink my Shakeology and personal development. But as far as inviting and follow up, I kind of take a break that day. For me, that's just like a recharge and clear my mind. And then, hit it hard on Monday. For me, I probably do my power hour is probably more like 4 hours a day, but that's just where I'm at right now. But I would say at least get your hour in. And one of the last things I want to say is make it consistent. If your Power of 3 or power hour, tracker sheet looks all splotchy, like one name here, and it's all empty for several days, and then names over here, I think it's a lot harder to. It seems like you're getting in the game and out of the game, and then it feels to me like if you're getting out of the game, you have to start back from here, and you have to try that much more harder to get back to where you were. But if you keep being consistent every day, like 6 days a week, all that stuff starts to snowball. And I've had it snowball where there's times where just messages start coming like crazy, where someone's like, I saw your post, something I'm interested. You want to, like I said, you want to drink your Shakeology daily. You want to keep your personal development, which they've gone over, but that's a big deal because in the past I've had coaches, maybe they struggled at a certain thing, and I'll say, let me see your Power 3s, your basic activity tracker. And usually I could go over their Power 3s and I could kind of figure out, most of the time they figure out for themselves what the problem is. Maybe they're not inviting, or maybe they're not doing the workouts, not drinking Shakeology. Most often when I see skipped is personal development. If they're really in the dumps and they're not believing in themselves. I'll see those ones getting skipped. So I would say make sure you do all of it. And if you're not inviting, sharing, but I'd say fill it in every day. Don't skip any of it. If you need a simplified version, which I think the one Mike originally put out, that's like 333. That's a simplified version. That's totally fine. Go at your pace. Like I said, I used the one Natalie and Stacy put out, and that one's like, I don't have the paper with me, but I believe it's like 10 invites a day. Everything's like 10 invites, 10. Yeah, that one. Thanks, Natalie. That's what I use. So I add 3 friends a day. 10. I use I think it's like Keisha's video where she goes into the Facebook groups and she likes and comments. I do that for 10 people, basically 20 people a day. And then I go through this whole process right here. So if you have any questions, I just reach out to your upline coach or check the file section of either your group or Micah's group. I know they have them available. And that's all I got on that.
Okay, so last, I feel like she's Success Club rock star, Miss Brianna. So she's going to talk to us about Success Club. Do I need to unmute you?
I think I did. Can you hear me?
Awesome. Yes. Okay, I'm excited. Go for it, sister.
Oh, that's funny that you say that because this is my month that I'm slow. But okay, so I'm just, for those that are new and you're wondering what Success Club is, hopefully you're doing the new coach training and you're starting to learn what Success Club is. Real short, Success Club is when you sell a challenge pack, which is the Shakeology and the workout video, you'll get 2 points. And Shakeology on Home Direct is 1. So why is that so important? And that was like my big thing when I started. And every video that I kept watching talked about Success Club and how important it was. And on the national wake up calls, I'd hear, what's it called? But like 5-star, 10-star, whatever, where they kept getting it every month. And I was like, oh, I want to do that. But I didn't know what it was. And I kind of like started diving into it. And I realized like everything that you're hearing, from personal development to the power of threes to social media, like those are the ways that help you reach that Success Club. And it's being consistent. One thing that I have noticed is the coaches, and I after every video I've listened to and all this research that I've done, the successful coaches are the ones that make Success Club their priority. And if you're like, oh, I'm going to hit it this month, oh, I didn't make it this month or whatever, that's truly how your business is going to be. Like, it's going to be completely roller coaster. And it's kind of like Jared said, it feels like you start over every month. If you are sharing, if you are doing everything, those 3 vital behaviors, and you're doing the basics, you're going to hit Success Club because you're sharing you. You're sharing what's important. You're sharing your life. And that is something that people are seeing. That's reaching 3 people. 3 people a month. That's not hard. And I know sometimes like, yes, it is. I feel that too. But when I sit back and I'm struggling those months, when I sit back and I'm like, I'm not hitting it, I also can sit back and say, I'm also not sharing. I'm not inviting. I'm not doing personal development. So if I'm not hitting Success Club, I'm not doing the basics. And it's really that simple. And sometimes I feel bad because I don't want to be blunt. Like, I'm a really blunt person, but I feel like for me, I want results. I started this business to get results for me and to financially help my family. So I don't want someone to sugarcoat me and be like, oh, you're doing really good. Just keep sitting there and people will come to you eventually. You know, like, no, get out there and share and be you, be real, be vulnerable. You don't have to be perfect. I think that was my biggest struggle, is like realizing that I didn't have to be perfect. And, you know, it's really interesting because I kind of had my aha moment, but when people would talk about how important Success Club is, I was like, oh, I just want to help people. Like, I love to help people. I don't want to make money off that. And then I realized that that was kind of dumb in a way, because I've done a lot of businesses. I've been a photographer, and I've been a hairdresser and sold real estate, and I made money with all of those businesses. Why would I not make money off something that was taking up my time and my energy. Like, I'm helping people. I'm okay to get paid for that. When I did hair, I helped make people feel beautiful. I got paid for it. When I sold real estate, I helped people find their dream home. I got paid for it. I'm helping people find their best version of themselves by getting into fitness, by pushing personal development, whatever it may be. It's okay for me to get paid for that. So I look at it, for me, is that I'm sharing what I love. I'm in a position of my life right now that I love to work out at home. I didn't think I would say that a year and a half ago. But my biggest testimony is my Shakeology. And I share that. Like, my Shakeology is the best thing that's ever happened to my family, well, to me, so my family, because my husband benefits from my happiness. And I share that. And I think that that's like the biggest thing, is just sharing you. Getting out of your way, not being scared of failing, not being scared if somebody unfriends you or unfollows you because you're sharing something that makes you happy. And that was my biggest problem. I worried way too much of what people thought, and would always think, okay, well, they're going to think I'm talking about fitness too much, or my Shakeology too much. And then I was like, well, no. They're not in my house. They're not in my shoes. They don't see my checkbook. They don't see the stresses that I'm going through, or what my mind's telling me that I'm not good enough. These are the things that I have to overcome, because the only one that can fix any problems in my life is me. So that helped me overcome and really make Success Club a priority. And this probably doesn't have a lot to do with Success Club, but I think it has a lot to do with like the business and just being successful in it. Is when I say get out of your own way, stop making excuses of why things aren't working. If you're not hitting Success Club, why? It's something you're doing. And that was me. Like, I think that was the hardest thing, the hardest breakthrough for me, is it's so quick to blame somebody else. Well, I'm not doing well because so-and-so, she's being really negative about what I'm doing right now. And so I'm just trying to stay low. Or, I'm in a busy mood. My kid's not sleeping. These are all mine right now. My son broke his leg. My time is just too busy taking care of all of that. But I realize when I sit back and I have all of these excuses, I can't be mad when my business isn't moving forward. I can't be mad at my upline. I can't be mad at my husband. I can't be mad at anybody but me, because you're going to get out of this what you put into it. And I say the same thing, like, look at your marriage. Whatever you put into your marriage, you're getting out of your marriage. Whatever you put into your kids, you're getting out of it. Like, so you have to look at this business the same way. If you want to succeed, what are you putting into your business? Are you making it to Super Saturday? Are you making it part to be of these teams? Fall classic fall classic. Are you making things a priority to be to Nashville? Why did I just go blank on what it is? Yeah, the summit. Like, are you making these a priority just because, like, that's what's going to change for your business? Those are what changed for my business. And I have to be honest, I had excuses. And I was so glad that my upline, Coach Micah, was like, be there. Do whatever it takes to be to Nashville. Sell whatever you have to sell to get there. And that was a big thing for me. So being in this culture is so awesome and so uplifting. Being around others who are so, like, they're trying to be their best version of themselves and bringing each other up is amazing. Getting out of your own way and realizing how amazing you are, how incredible you are, and that people are watching you and inspired by you. And instead of sitting there going, people are sick of me, people don't want to listen to me, I have nothing to offer. Go do PD. You do. Like, you have so much to offer. And that is the thing, is you are inspiring, and people you may hear crickets, but in 4 months or 5 months or 8 months, people are going to come to you and say, okay, I've been watching. You've been consistent. That's what they're wanting to do. A lot of times when you hear the no at first, people are wanting to make sure you're consistent. Are you still going to be around in 6 months or a year? Because guess what? Micah reached out to me, and it took me 1 year. I ignored her. It took me 1 year, and I reached out to her and I said, I don't know what you're doing, but I want to sign up. She's like, well, do you want to watch videos? No, just sign me up. So for me, that's kind of how it works. I feel like is a no just means not right now. People are watching. And the biggest thing is for you to be consistent. The other thing I tell a lot of my coaches to do, and I truly believe in, because I do it to myself constantly, and I have my success partner look at it, go to your team page, or you're on your team page, your personal page, and scroll down and look at it. If some random person came and clicked on your name and was going through it, could they tell what you do? Would they even know that you're a coach, or that you're into health and fitness and that you could help them? Or is it full of random things and nobody knows what you do? That was my thing too, is when I started realizing, okay, I want to be consistent, then that helped too. I don't know if any of that helped at all, or if I'm just like, blah, 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 because I really, blah, blah, blah. But I think just being real, just being consistent, doing everything that everybody mentioned, and getting out of your way, and, you know, making a success club. And no matter what, if you want to be successful in the business, you hit success club. And the reason why is, yes, it has all these benefits in the business form, but when you hit success club, that means you're helping people. You're giving them an opportunity to try Shakeology and to try your workout, and the combo of that is going to give them results. So you're helping people. And so if you really, really want to help people, you get them on those. And so that's why Success Club is such an important thing to hit, because that's where you start changing lives. For me, when I say Shakeology changed my life, I don't say that lightly. And so I want people to experience that. I want people to try that. And being in this culture has changed me. You know, real quick, I just sat and I was talking to my husband last night about things I wanted to change. And, you know, this has been a little bit of a trying month. It's been actually trying 2 months. But when I sit back and I think about things, I'm like, I can't be mad at anyone but me. I'm not where I want to be this month, and it's nobody's fault but mine. And I start talking about the things that I was not doing that I needed to do. And I think that's something that we all have to do. We can't sit back and go, I'm doing everything and nobody's coming into my challenge groups. Okay, sit back. Are you doing everything? Are you doing everything to a T? And if you're not, then reevaluate, fix it, move on, and realize that, you know what, that's okay. I now know what I need to fix, and I'm going to move forward. And just keep pushing yourself and realizing that you're amazing, and that you are not only changing other people's lives, you're continuing to change yours. And this is a process. So I don't know if that helps, but that's my 2 cents.
So good, you guys. So awesome. I kept writing down things that I was like, oh, I'll bring it up at the end. Oh, but then everybody covered everything. So I want to open it up for questions, but I'm going to ask my question first because I'm selfish like that. Patty, I want to know your favorite nutrition books. I'm going to mute everybody, though.
Oh my goodness. Gosh, I don't have them in front of me right now, but
you can message me.
I'll do that. I'll message you. I dig into all different types of learning, different types of just different types of diets, you know, things on like sports nutrition. I love digging into those kind of books. There's one for those of you that are runners. There's Racing Weight. It's got great recipes in it, things that you can give to, you know, post on your pages, you know, just for like before and after workouts, stuff like that. So there's so much I can share. I'll share a list once I get them together for sure.
That'd be awesome. Okay. Anyone else have questions for these beautiful ladies?
Hey, Jessica.
Yes.
Really quick, these are 2 good ones. Can you see my?
Yeah, you'll have to tell them to me. I'll write them down.
Hey, I don't know if you said it because I went and grabbed them, but The Super Life by Darren O'Lean. Did you say that one, Patty?
No,
okay.
That's good.
And this one I'm freaking loving right now, but it's The Eat Diet by Oscarino. But lots of good information in that one that I have shared in my challenge groups because I'm learning as I go. So I don't know if those are.
That's awesome. That's perfect. Okay. Can anybody else have thoughts, questions? You guys are awesome. Really? None? Just me. Okay. Well, thank you, ladies and everybody. Ladies and Jared. Poor Jared, man. I'm sorry. But thank you.
He's used to it.
Yeah, he's so used to it. It's not even funny.
Well, thank you for being here. I will share this recording with y'all so you can share it with your teams. And I promise this time I'll upload it because I'm not really very good at that. Yeah, and if you have any thoughts or questions for any of these ladies and Jared, I know that they'd be happy to answer questions if you reach out to them or your upline. Either way, whoever it is, everybody's here to help everybody. So yeah, you guys make it a good week and we'll chat later.
Bye. Thanks, guys.